So you figured out how to combine the video, right?
Yeah.
Bhaskar?
Yeah.
How? In the Mac itself you did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's simple. We open that and drag remaining things there. Automatically it will like just play okay. Then save.
Wow. Okay. What we will do is we will configure Flume to receive the messages from Kafka. Remember, we have seen all these things, so that is shown as, that is called the real-time streaming of the data. And please understand one thing, that the whole world, when talks about real-time, is near real-time. Okay, there is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes maximum, delay that will happen, but that is acceptable to the whole community, unless it is a stock trading, that kind of applications. There, all the traditional technologies like MQ, C++, all these will be used. For all the remaining purposes, we always talk about near real time. Even in Spark also, it is near real time. Okay. So, what we are going to do, we will start Kafka and then we will configure the Flume configuration to it. So, what are the steps for starting Kafka? Go to the Kafka 211 directory. Help me with the command. Make sure that the zookeeper is running. How will you make sure zookeeper is running? Telnet to 2181 and then type stats. You should see the zookeeper status coming in. Okay. I think it will be working. Why? Because when your virtual machine is started, it will be working by default. So localhost 2181 and then stats, and you see that there is this zookeeper status coming in, which means that it is working. Okay. And what you do is go to this directory and then bin/Kafka server start.sh config/server.properties, right?
Yeah.
So once you start that, you must see that the Kafka server is started. Right? Open another command prompt. Go to the same directory. Let's create a topic called, we yesterday created the topic called passion, right? How will you list the topics? There is a command. Can you please tell me the command for listing the topics? bin/ Kafka topics.sh. Yeah. Minus list. Minus.
Zookeeper. Localhost 218.
Look at that. Passion is already there. That consumer offsets. Remember yesterday I told you, Kafka manages internally how much data you read so far, etc., etc. Don't worry about that. That's a metadata index that is provided by Kafka. But you have that particular topic already created, right? How will you delete a particular topic? There is a command to delete a topic. Otherwise, what you can do is that there is a place where Kafka will create all these logs. That's called temp/Kafka logs. If you delete that directory, everything will be gone. But we don't need to do that. We have that particular directory called passion, right? And now what we are going to do, we are going to configure Flume and then we are going to put some messages to this particular topic. So let's start the producer and start putting some messages, right? How will you start the producer? bin/ yep. Kafka? No, producer. Console producer, yeah, console producer.sh, yes. Broker list.
Localhost 9090 colon often host.
Localhost colon 9092. Yep.
Minus topic passion.
Right. So it is waiting for the messages. So let's put some messages. So today is January 19, so I will put a message called Jan 19, hello, etc., etc. The messages are going into that Kafka topic. Now comes the part where we are going to receive it from Flume and put it into HDFS, right? So assume that this particular queue is getting filled by the real-time data that is coming from the whole world. It can be sensors, it can be your credit card transactions, it can be claims, it can be virtually anything, right? So you will configure it in the DMC zone of your web server in your company, and everybody will be starting putting the messages. Maybe the providers will be putting those messages just like they are submitting to MQ, and then you can install a Flume agent from there, which will load the data into HDFS, and once it is coming to HDFS, you know what to do, right? So what we are going to do is open another command prompt, right? Go to the Flume directory that we have created, go to the conf directory, and inside that you will see vi realtime.conf. You have to open that and edit. The first thing is it is coming from my machine, so you will see an IP. I don't want that IP. Instead, I should write my zookeeper is running in localhost 1 2 3 4 fifth line. Then come down, just again you will see one more place where that particular IP is there. Change that value again as localhost. So assume that I want to read it from Ravi's Kafka. What I should do here? Just put his IP. That's all. Got it? And come down. You can see I am using configuration parameters, and we are using channel, we are using the data stream, and we are writing the data into HDFS. So here it is mine, and I am going to change that particular word into slash user slash Cloudera slash Kafka, just for making sure that it is coming to my HDFS directory. Anything else? I don't think so. And once it is saved, please save it back. So realtime.conf is saved. Clear. And write your command flumeng agent minus name. Oh, what was the name of the agent? Again, vi realtime.conf. See, passion is the name of the agent. I told you now the first word is the agent name. Don't confuse. Passion is already our topic name also. But that and this are not related. All right. Okay. You can give whatever name you want. So, flumeng agent minus name, and what's the name of the agent? Passion, and then minus conf slash home slash Cloudera slash Flume slash conf. This is the directory. Minus conf dash file, I think, right? Slash home slash Cloudera slash Flume slash conf slash realtime.conf. What will happen? It will connect to the topic that you have configured. It will start reading the data and will put the data into the Kafka directory that you have mentioned here. So let's try. So source 1 started, and keep on putting the messages. Give it some time. The Flume agent is now working, and it is getting the data in real time, and after some time press Ctrl C. Hadoop fs minus ls slash user slash cloudera/Kafka. It didn't create, so there is some error inside our this thing. What is the directory that we have used? Let's see. Let's see what is the directory that we have created. So this where is the third window? Here, vi realtime.conf, localhost 2181, localhost 9092. Yeah, I know. The topic name, which is given as realtime.test, but our topic name is passion. You should go through. So 3 places you have to make the changes. This is how you should debug. And press again, try. You can now see creating and the writer called, which indicates that something is going on. Alright, and now press Ctrl C and go back to your command. There you go. It created the topic name, because remember I gave $topic as the parameter. And now if you look inside the passion, you must see the timestamp, because I used %y, %d. And if you look inside, you should see the data, which is again prefixed with whatever you have specified in the parameter. Copy that and write hadoop fs minus cat and copy that directory that you have. Just copy. Hadoop fs minus cat. Yeah. You get all the data since it started. Right? So this is how you will configure the real-time feeds. This is the most advanced use of Kafka. See, it took less than 10-15 minutes and you got real-time data coming in. It never fails. It's completely scalable. Imagine the project time that you might have taken for configuring a WebSphere MQ based application, writing an MDB, pulling the messages from the queue, configuring the parameters, not scalable, and then parsing it, etc., 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 everything. Right? So please do this. I'm going to stop this particular video here. Step that I am doing, please do it in the home. Tomorrow is a holiday. I think you work tomorrow morning completely on this. Okay, so I'll leave you with the complete installation of Presto from scratch, so that anywhere you will be able to use it. So the server is running. Kafka server is running. Yeah. Kafka server is running. The topic that we created is, what's the name of the topic? Passion. Right? But we stopped the Flume agent. Correct? The Flume agent is no more working. See the conf directory. I went to the home directory. Now I'm going to show you the one of the very powerful architecture, very less used in the industry until 2015-16, and now it has become one of the most powerful thing that you can have in the big data world. Whatever you have learned can be encapsulated into this single thing, and you don't need anything else in the organization. So wherever you go, you have to take this You tell your manager that I want to install this and see the power. It will reduce millions of dollars. It will reduce so many resources. It will reduce so much of effort and development needs that is currently prevailing in the industry. The tool is called Presto. The first step is prestodb.io. Press enter. You will see the Presto screen. As you can see, it is a distributed SQL query engine for big data. And just read what is written, who uses it, and that's enough for you to understand the power. Okay? So if you read that, Facebook uses Presto for interactive queries against several internal data stores, including their 300 petabyte data warehouse. 1,000 employees run about 30,000 queries every day. 300 petabytes. Can you imagine what is that 300 petabytes? In our company, it is not even one petabyte. So that's the power of this particular tool, and it is completely free, $0. Okay. So what we are going to do is, you need 3 files to start with. 3 files. One is called the server file. Click on deploying Presto, and you will see the server file available. Look at this. I am going to click on that, and I am going to keep it for downloading. Please don't do it. Why? Because it will completely clog the internet. It is 630 MB. You do it later. So that is server. Next, I need a command line interface, section 2.2, and you see the link. I am executing that command line interface. Click on that, save the file. And to connect from BERT, to connect from any tools, what do you need? The JDBC driver, and click on that. 3 files. What are they? Server, command line interface, and JDBC. JDBC, I am keeping it away. You know what to do, JDBC. Whenever you connect from any tool, you will use the JDBC driver. The remaining, I am going to tell you. Alright. So the 3 files are getting downloaded. Most important is the server file, which is the biggest. And I am doing all these things in the virtual machine. Alright. Good. Once that download is completed, I'm going to go to the command prompt. Going to bring that 3 files here. Let me create a directory called Presto. CD Presto. Move downloads. Anything starting with the Presto. Bring it here. It should be 3 files. Got it? Tar the Presto server. See the way I am working. Am I typing anything? It's all command line. You will not have any problem in the directories or names or something like that. It will take a while and extract the complete things. to, I'm going to make it as short move presto server as server, sorry, lowercase, sorry. So if I look at ls now, I have got a server directory. Command line interface CLI is a jar file, no need to unpack. Okay. Now you should go inside a CD server. Create a directory called etc inside the server. Please look where I am, what I am doing. When you are doing it, don't make a mistake by creating an etc somewhere else. Inside this one, look at that. Currently, there is a directory called bin, lib, notice, plugin, readme.txt. There is no directory called etc. I am creating a directory called etc here, and make sure that etc is created. Clear? Go inside etc now. And as you know, it has created just now, it will be empty. You need to keep 3-4 files here. The first file is called, go back to deploying Presto. I'm telling everything from scratch so that any time when a new version is coming, you should be able to do this. And in the deploying Presto, if you just move, you will see etc should have a file called node.properties. So what is the first file that we should create? Node.properties. And inside this you will see a big value typed in. That should be unique. For example, if I am doing it here, if I use that number, nobody else should be able to use that number, because server should be unique in the cluster. So normally the number that you use is called a UUID, if you are familiar with universal identifier. You can just get that value from the web and you can put that particular value. I am going to use the same one. Okay, as long as you are not starting it here, you can use it. So I am going to copy this and going back here, vi node.properties, no spelling mistakes, and I am going to paste that value. And look at that, you have to give a temporary directory name, and you know the best way is just give a directory name, and you must make sure that the directory is created. So what's the name of the directory? Data. So where you should create it? /home/cloudera, right? So I'm going back to my home directory and I should create, leave it there and come back. How will you come back? Go to the Presto directory, go to the server directory, go to the etc directory where you are. Make sure vi node.properties, that data directory is created. So one file completed. Next, go back, come down, jvm.config. This will control how much memory should be allocated to your Presto server. If you are running big queries against big tables, you should increase the value. So I am going to keep that. Right click, copy. Since it is virtual machine, or I am going to use simple. Okay, so vi, what is the name of the file? jvm.config. This is the second file that you should create in the etc directory and paste whatever you have copied. One big problem, look at this, 16 gig. We don't have it. So I am going to just make it as 1 gig. Two files completed. Go back. Just come, third file, config.properties. Don't take the first one, don't take the second one, take the third one. Why? Because you are going to run server and the nodes, master and the slaves in one machine. In the ideal environment, your master will be running in one machine, your nodes, other nodes will be running in other machine. When the data is brought from the database, it will be split into all the nodes and the query that you are running will be executed in parallel and it will aggregate the result and give you the result back. That's what Presto is all about. Distributed SQL. Like MapReduce was distributed. Like MongoDB was having the MapReduce distributed. Now your SQL is distributed, so you don't need to know any other technology than SQL. Right. So, we are going to take the third one. Look, I skipped the first one, I skipped the second one. I am copying the third one. Why? Because I want coordinator and master same. Okay, copy. And what is the name of the file? Config.properties. So that's the third file that we should create. vi config.properties. And I'm going to paste that value. And you can easily understand coordinator equal to true. That means this is going to work as master and server. And please do make sure that you are changing these values. Okay, keep it as 5 GB. Let's see what it is happening because 5 gig will be there for this Mac. And one more thing that you need to change. We don't have example.net. Everything we are running in the local host. So you are changing this port to local host. So what is the port in which the server will be started? 8080. So how many files we created? 3 files. Now comes another directory that you are creating inside the etc. That directory name is called catalog. And go inside catalog. This is the place where you will tell what you want your Presto to connect to. How many connectors are there? So if you have Oracle, if you have S3, if you have MySQL, if you have Kafka, all these things you are going to put inside the catalog directory. These are called connectors. So let us create a connector for MySQL because I know Oracle is not running in the virtual machine. MySQL is running. How will you create it? Go back to this one and go back to the documentation and come down to connectors. Click on MySQL connector and you will see the configuration 4 lines. Copy. Go here. vi MySQL dot properties. Right click. Paste. Apply common sense. JDBC MySQL. It is going to be local host for our MySQL database, and you know very well that our username is retail_DBA and the password is Cloudera. Right? You created the MySQL connector. Next, go back. What is this? Hive connector. And come down. Only 2 lines. Copy. What happened? Okay, copy and where the other windows went. vi hive.properties. Okay, inside the catalog, right click, paste, and change that example.net again to localhost. Third one, is it full screen mode? Okay. The third one, go back, Kafka connector. 3 lines, copy, vi kafka dot properties, vi kafka dot properties, right click, paste. Connector name is Kafka and your table name is nothing but your topic name, and the broker. Assume that I have one more MySQL database. What I will do? Vi MySQL one dot properties. Give the username, password, and all. That connector name will be MySQL. So I created 3 connectors. Okay. And now what I am going to do? So please look at the structure again. If you look at etc, 3 files are there, 1 directory is there. The directory name is called catalog. Inside the catalog, you are telling where all these connectors are. Everything is available in the documentation. Now, one thing to note. Can I have an Oracle.properties? Yes. Can I have a SQL Server.properties? Yes. Now, SQL Server has got some functions which are not there in Oracle, correct? Presto won't support it. Presto supports only ANSI SQL. Why? It is a distributed SQL engine which is catered for 10 different types of data sources. So it cannot support one at a time. That's the reason why you should use ANSI SQL against Presto. And once you all this are having, now you have to go back to the lesson that we learned in MongoDB when installed BERT. Set Java Home to 1.8 because Presto will not work in JDK 1.7. So what I am going to do, remember that we had our JDK which we have installed, JDK 8. So cd JDK 8, make sure everything is there. Yes, so clear. What I want to do is export Java underscore home equal to /home /Cloudera /JDK 8. Export path equal to $Java underscore home /bin colon the existing path. If you don't write it, no command will work. So you set path and this one. And now Java minus version, you should not get 1.7. You should get 1.8. cd presto cd server bin /start bin /launcher start or run. Presto server will be started now. You must see server started, Presto server started as the last message. Otherwise error, there is an error. So let's look at the error. I think it will be related with the memory. Let's see. See, the memory is not sufficient. So what I need to do, I have to go back to etc and change the memory configuration. Let me just check. So I will change all these things into one, this also to one, and vi jvm.config 1, and this is, yeah, it's megabytes. Let's try. You may need to do a little bit of trial and error to get the correct values. Make very, very low. Again, there is a problem. Yeah. Total memory 1 and heap bedroom cannot be larger than 1. Oh, okay. Total memory, query per total memory. Okay. Wait, let me just go to cd etc ls cd etc vi config.properties. This is 1 GB. I will just put this one as vi jvm.config. Let's see. cd clear cd presto cd server bin/launcher and run. You have to do it. Oh, that value is not getting taken. Okay, so cd etc vi jvm.config, it was 1 gig. Oh, that's okay. What was the earlier value? jvm.config. So if you go back and if you go to deploying presto, jvm, it is this, use g1gc, g1gc. Okay, g1gc. g1gc, that might be the problem. g1gc, I will use 500. Let's see. bin/launcher run. No. cd etc vi jvm.config. I think use g1gc. g1gc, that is 32M. What I can do is vi config.properties. I will just make sure that this is, yeah, this is 1 GB already. Let's try this one. cd clear bin/launcher run. So just to play a little bit around until you get it. Yes, still there is some problem. Cannot be larger than available heap memory. Okay, so this is the problem. cd etc vi jvm.config, and I think I will make this as 2 gig. Now the heap memory is enough. Let's see. cd bin/launcher run. Use, what was the value? Use, okay, region size is equal to 2 gig. vi etc/jvm.config. Heap region size. Let's see this one. Bin slash launcher. Run. I had these values. Wait, heap headroom cannot be larger than available heap memory. So 1 gig is the available heap memory, the sum of the max total memory per node and the heap headroom, which is cannot be larger than available heap memory. Okay, so maximum memory per node I should available heap memory 1 gig. So memory max total memory per node. Let's try one more time. cd etc ls vi config dot properties. This is the place. Let me try this one more time. 1 GB. I don't want to change this one. I think the change should happen in the other one. Okay, vi jvm.config. Okay, that was the problem. This is the value I think to be changed, and this one I will make it as 32M as usual. Okay, bin slash launcher, run. So xmx is the value which is residing the heap. So change that xmx value. Okay, so you should get that server started. So play around a little bit until you get this. So you have seen how I'm doing it. So don't get panic when it is not started. Just change that value, adjust it depending upon your system, and then change it. Of course, in the production environment, you will have very high values. So once you get the server started, open another command prompt, go to the presto directory, java -jar, and you have to set the java home wherever you are running. Earlier we set it. So how will you set it? Export java underscore home equal to /home /cloudera /jdk 1.8, and then export path equal to $java underscore home /bin. Automatically it will change when you type the tab key, and then $path, and then make sure java -version is printing 1.8. Very good. And now run java -jar. Which file you will run? The CLI. Okay, and to make sure that the Hives is running, remember about Hive, we have learned that whenever you are starting Hive, you have to write Hive server to start. Remember when we learned JDBC, I told you this. The thrift server is started. All right, show catalogs. How many catalog you have stored? Do you remember how many files were there inside the catalog? Well, system is metadata, my dear friend. All right. Show schemas from the catalog called MySQL. Retail DB. Show tables from MySQL dot, what is the schema name? Retail underscore DB. Select star from MySQL dot retail underscore db dot. See the way in which Presto works. Catalog dot schema dot show schemas from show tables from show select star from hive dot default dot select star from MySQL dot retail underscore db dot departments comma hive dot default dot my schools. Just to join. Have you ever seen any tool in this particular world which is allowing you to query SQL and big data with a simple SQL statement? This is the ultimate thing in the big data world. No map reduce is getting executed when you write the Hive query. Proof. Select count of star from my hive dot default dot my schools. Fraction of second. Write select count star in your hive prompt. What will happen? A map reduce job is getting executed. Presto skips map reduce. Skips map reduce. Show schemas from Kafka. Select star from Kafka dot default dot select underscore message. Whenever you are selecting from Kafka, you have to give underscore message. Can you join the real-time data with my Hive? Can you join the real-time data with my Hive and MySQL? Can you join the real-time data with MySQL, Hive and Oracle? So forget about what all you studied. We have one tool, which is Presto.
We can join tables.
Anything in SQL. Hive and SQL, everything, anything that you want to do. And this is what my life is. They know. And this is what I have created as UniConnect. So the tool that I told you in my company. And if you read the document and if you are looking at the this thing, you will see the product and UniConnect integrate. And if you select that UniConnect integrate, you will see this particular tool built on the top of Presto. So you will ask me, what did I build? What did I build? If you look at the Presto documentation, there is no Oracle connector. So I built Oracle connector. There is no DB2 connector. I built DB2 connector. So if you write about 10,000 lines of code, you can create connectors. Can I call an API and then join with Hive and SQL? There is no connector, so I created those connectors. So I added all these connectors and made it a big ecosystem. Even Spark cannot come near to Presto. Even Spark, you have to write difficult Scala code, you will see it. In order to get it, you need to know only SQL. If you want to join any tool, what is Spark doing? Joining the data and aggregating it, right? And that's what you are doing. And it has got a very rich set of SQL functions. And look, real-time power. I can join the real-time data, and you see that it is splitting the data. So if you are querying 1 billion rows and if you have a 50 node Presto cluster, that particular data is split equally and the SQL is parallelly executed and the result is coming back. Master this tool, and this tool, if you take to anywhere and put it, it is open source. Nobody is going to come and ask. Of course, support you, call me.